Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Now today what I've got for you guys is another Arrow video, and in this video what I want to talk to you guys about is whether or not Oliver will actually end up killing Prometheus in the finale of Arrow Season 5. But before I get into anything, I just want to say spoiler warning for Arrow Season 5 if you guys aren't caught up yet, but if you are, let's continue. So one of the big things this season is Prometheus trying to prove to Oliver and everyone around him that he's nothing but a murderer. You know, he's trying to get him into these situations where he's forced to kill, trying to sort of at every turn make him snap, kind of like what the Joker does to Batman. He's just sort of is trying to make him break. Oliver doesn't have, or Green Arrow doesn't really have that one rule of no killing, because obviously he's killed in the past. Obviously he said he's going to stop killing, but he's still killed after that. But it's really similar to the Batman thing, where Batman doesn't kill anybody. He tries not to kill anybody. He won't kill anybody. He won't use guns or anything, but Joker tries his best to sort of make Batman break that one rule. And then I see sort of that's what Prometheus is trying to do to the Green Arrow this season. And even as recent as the most recent episode, I mean, Oliver had the chance to kill Adrian Chase or Prometheus right then and there in that sort of hallway, stairway type of scene where they were fighting, and then he sort of supposedly got Prometheus to stop. He was playing into his trap, but sort of the way it was set up was sort of like that the Green Arrow was able to sort of reach some sort of emotional breaking point inside of Prometheus and get him to stop, and he was like, oh yeah, kill me right here, right now. And he was saying that he wasn't going to do it, and he punched him in the face, knocked him out, and brought him to Argus. But is there a possibility that some circumstances might change around in these last couple of episodes and could possibly lead to the Green Arrow ending up having to kill Prometheus in the finale? But before I say whether or not I think the Green Arrow will end up killing Prometheus, I just sort of want to give some background for the last 4 seasons of the show and sort of what he's done to the big bads at the end of the season. So if you guys remember back to season 1, Oliver tried to and actually ended up thinking that he killed Malcolm Merlyn, or the Dark Archer, in the finale. What did he do? He stabbed like an arrow through himself into Malcolm Merlyn as well, and he thought that he killed them, and he thought that he killed him, and obviously he was surprised when he came back and everything. But that was season 1 Oliver. That was murdery Oliver. That was trying to kill everybody, and that was before he knew that Tommy had actually died during the undertaking. And then we had season 2 with Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, and if you think back to that, he really had a very similar motivation to what Prometheus has now. He wants revenge on Oliver, but he doesn't necessarily want to kill him. He just sort of wants to prove a point. He wants to have him cross a line. He wants to put him to a breaking point, and throughout the season, Oliver was trying his best to sort of not kill people. That was obviously, like I said, it was after Tommy had died, after the undertaking. He sort of wanted to turn over a new leaf, wanted to stop killing people, and he did for the most part in that season. He actually ended up not killing Deathstroke in season 2. He brought him to Argus, brought him to Lian Yu, and he will most likely, it's been confirmed that he will be back in the finale. I talked about that in a previous video, but he will come back in the finale, and he will actually be not really joining Team Arrow, but joining Team Oliver, I guess you could say, against the fight against Prometheus. And then in season 3, we had Ras al Ghul, and Oliver was pretty much forced to kill him. He was forced to kill him to stop him from basically destroying the entire city. I mean, for the most part, the big bads in the first few seasons just sort of wanted to destroy Star City, but, you know, actually the first 4 seasons. But anyway, he had to end up killing Ras al Ghul so that he could stop him from destroying Star City, so that he could sort of dethrone him as Ras al Ghul, while Oliver ended up not becoming Ras al Ghul because, you know, League of Assassins and stuff. But he ended up actually killing Ras al Ghul in season 3 after going a season without killing his big bad. But then in season 4 with Damien Darhk, he was really changing throughout the entirety of the season. He sort of started off with wanting to try to talk him down, not wanting to kill him and everything, and then he sort of wanted to kill him again and then didn't. But then once Laurel died, that was sort of the last straw for him, and then he ended up killing Damien Darhk at the end of season 4. But he kind of ended up regretting it a little bit, I feel like, towards the beginning of season 5, but then sort of came to terms with it, saying that he did it. He had his reasons behind it, and sort of not everybody, but I mean, for the most part, people were glad that he did kill Damien Darhk, because it was sort of, he needed to get Damien Darhk off the streets. And that means in 2 out of the 4 past seasons of Arrow, Oliver has actually gone through with it and it ended up killing the big bad of the season. So this season is sort of a mystery, not really a mystery, but it's sort of a toss-up for whether or not he will end up killing Prometheus. So like I've said, Prometheus' whole thing this season is he wants to sort of prove that Oliver is a murderer. So if he does actually end up killing Prometheus, that will sort of prove Prometheus right. I mean, obviously he'll be dead, so he won't really know, but you know what I mean. It'll sort of prove him right, and I think that if he ends up going through with it and something changes and he ends up actually having to kill Prometheus, I feel like in the long run he'll kind of regret it, but kind of be glad, I guess, in a way that he did it just sort of to stop him once and for all. But I don't see Oliver ending up killing Prometheus in this season. I mean, there's a possibility somebody else may end up killing Prometheus. Maybe Talia will end up turning on Prometheus, or somebody else on Team Oliver versus Prometheus on the sort of Lian Yu fight will end up killing Prometheus. But I just don't see Oliver killing Prometheus this season, because I feel like that would sort of prove Prometheus right and sort of kind of eliminate all of the character development that Oliver has had this season. So my theory and sort of my thought is I think that this season will kind of end in a similar way that season 2 ended, is that there will definitely be people either on Team Arrow or people that Oliver sort of recruits to help him fight Prometheus. I'm sure there will be at least one death of a major character at the end of the season, and I feel like Oliver, while he will be upset, he will sort of feel like Prometheus is responsible. He won't end up bringing himself to kill Prometheus for it. I feel like what he's going to do is he's going to lock him on Argus, possibly in a cell on Lian Yu, or put him back in Argus where he is at the moment. But at the moment he's in Argus because he wants to be there. He's not there because Oliver defeated him. He's there because that's part of his plan. That's part of his plan to recruit people to fight the Green Arrow, to fight Team Arrow in the finale of the show. And I feel that Oliver not killing Prometheus will definitely show sort of real character growth for him over the season, show that he's not a murderer, show that he's something more, show that he can really be a hero like he's been trying to do this entire season, sort of really go into that sort of Green Arrow identity that he's made for himself now, and I think that that would just be really great, and it would sort of open the door for season 6 to have sort of almost like a rebirth of the character. I've seen some people talk about this, that sort of season 6 could be kind of like Green Arrow rebirth in the comics, could be sort of a rebirth for the Green Arrow character in the show going forward. He could have a different outlook on life, more positive, sort of like he's been trying to do after sort of Prometheus kind of broke him in that one episode where he was torturing him for like a week or something like that. So I think that that would sort of be what's going to be happening here, is this will sort of be the start of the sort of Green Arrow rebirth type of arc that they're having in the comics in the TV show. Not like specific storyline, but sort of like not a soft reboot or anything, but sort of like a rebirth for the Oliver Green Arrow character going forward, a changed mindset, a more positive outlook on things, and just sort of, like I said, a rebirth of the Green Arrow. But other than that, guys, I want to know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Do you think Oliver will end up killing Prometheus, or do you think that he's sort of grown and changed as a character and will end up sort of sending him to Argus and not killing him at the end of the season? I want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz, and I will see you guys in the next video.